Hello, welcome back to Feed the Beast TPPI with me, Cosmic Knight. Okay, well you can see there's a big hole in the ground where I had some chests. A creeper fell off and blew me up and put me in a bad mood for the rest of that day. So I salvaged most of it in these wooden chests. You can see I think there's about 5 or 6 diamond chests filled up all of these. Yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare, but I think I saved most of everything I needed, which was good. Yeah, so I've been pretty busy, mostly doing Thorncraft stuff since last episode. Pretty much moved some nodes up here, done quite a bit of research. Got the runic matrix and bits and pieces going, some golems working. So the main reason I've done Thorncraft was for the golems, because I wanted to kind of automate my magical seeds. I haven't got too many, but basically I've got some cobalt, some gold and some emeralds. It was mostly the emeralds, so I needed 1 emerald to make the power tinkerer's table. Although I have the armor built, they don't have any attachments, so it's worse than useless at the moment. Okay, let's just sleep through the night. But yeah, I've been pretty busy. I was actually just about to record an episode when that creeper blew up. I was going to set up my A system, which I have now done. It's only very basic. I've only really got the essentials down, pretty much, so I can autocraft anything from the A system, and then just a few bits and pieces like pistons and engines and bits and pieces. Everything else is empty. I have added the remote access, which is brilliant. Really pleased with that. Downstairs haven't changed too much. Have got these engines up and running, and because of that I do have my second boiler up and running. I've got an extra engine or 2 maybe, I can't remember how many I had last episode, but these have got just more than enough charcoal ticking over. They're all pretty much full, keeping these 2 boilers running, so that's good. I'll probably even be able to run a 3rd one off of that, to be fair. Still got this little cart running, which is good. Slightly changed the biome. I'm slowly terraforming it just to make it look pretty, really, more than anything. But with Thorncraft I needed some mana beans, so I spent ages looking for mana beans. But originally I couldn't grow them here, and it was only by accident I planted a silverwood tree, and found out that it changes the biome to a magical biome just in its vicinity. So then I could grow some mana pods, because they have to be in a magical biome. So if we have a look, we're in a magical forest, and here we're back in the dunes. So that's something to keep in mind if you do want to grow mana pods. Just plant a silverwood tree. I did have a silverwood tree. I cut it down, but it had an aura node in it, and the aura node broke as I cut it down, so I was a bit disappointed with that. And obviously I have a great wood tree here just for enchanting and bits. Well, not enchanting, but my Thorncraft stuff. Nothing much changing here. Still got the sludge boiler kicking stuff out there. Loads of wood. Again, yeah, not much has changed down here. But what has changed, because I couldn't really set up the mana beans at the start, I started up a little cow breeding plant. So it's 6 cows in there, I think. So what I do, I just put wheat in here as and when I get it. Get babies, and then I get leather and steak, which is nice. I have plenty of food. But mainly I've done it for the mob essence, because around the corner I now have a mod grinder, which is really nice. If we can open this up, there we go. These essences which I was using, for the little star one, I can't remember what that's called, but it's the only place you can get them from. I did start killing wisps, so in the end I just captured a wisp in here and thought I'll just make a mod grinder. They're pretty straightforward. But yeah, that's where I get my mod essence from. So yeah, I just really wanted to just come on and sort of catch up with what's been going on. One thing I have done, I just want to show you very quickly, is upgraded my mechanism bits and pieces to factories, and these things are just incredible. Let's just make some copper shoes. We've got a few bits and pieces in there, but we want to make sure this is on auto sort. So if we put one stack of copper in, right, when auto sorts on, it fills all 3 inputs. Sorry about the noise, but it is quite a noisy mod. And then it goes across. So they've all been upgraded. They all have maximum speed upgrades and energy upgrades. But if we look, these things kick out. It's almost 2 to 3 ingots a second. It's so fast. And you're obviously going to get 3 stacks on that one stack, so it's already done there. About halfway done there, but it just look at the amount of energy it's using. It's just phenomenal. It just absolutely mudders the energy cell. And I've still got, this isn't linked up. This is only these 2 and that solar panel that's actually powering that at the moment. So I was actually using it a minute ago just before I started recording. That's why I was a little bit down. But yeah, you couldn't do many stacks before it ran out of power, even with this little gas burning generator. But yeah, just wanted to show you that. I'm going to move all that downstairs, probably off camera, but I'm just probably going to stick it down the back here, just for my auto crafting when I eventually get a quarry up and running. I've been really impressed with Mekanism. This is a Mekanism device. It's a teleporter. So we have a portable teleporter here. We click on it, it just takes us straight to it. It's doesn't matter where you are. You can be in the Twilight Forest or in the Nether. Right click, teleport, bang. I'll show you if I go. I want to go to the Nether actually. Just need to pick something up what I forgot. Just wait for the world to load, because I do have a habit of falling through. This is a chest here that I want. So we can just teleport straight back. It just has the old little loading screen. Ooh. Falling through, here we go. Yeah, so you can have as many of these set up as you like, and what you can do, oh, here we go, yeah, you can put any code in. It's saying link not found because there's not another one set up, but you can still use the portable teleporter. But you can just change these to any number you want, so you can have quite a few. 9,999 I suppose. Yeah, so really what I wanted to show you this episode, apart from just what I've been working on, is my digital miner, which is my new favourite thing in the whole wide world. Let's stick this down. It does need power, so we'll stick that down there. Okay, and then what we can do as well, we'll just stick this on the back. It doesn't always work with these strong boxes. We'll see how we get on. And we're going to put one on top, which is for the stone. Okay, so the digital miner, this is the basic UI. Let's just close that down. It takes the same speed and energy upgrades, which I've only got 4 and 1 at the moment. This block here is the block. Basically, when you use it, you can tell it to do anything you want to do. It depends how you program it or how it works. You can use it very similar to a normal quarry, so it just mines everything up. You can use it like an ender quarry, where it only brings up ores. And in the same place as an ender quarry, you can have it replace ores with a block, where the ender quarry does it with dirt without anything inputted. This needs the input, but it will replace it with anything you want. So you can put cobblestone, dirt, you name it, but you just have to supply it, and then you can configure it. So looking at these are the filters. So at the moment we are looking for essence ores and redstone. Okay, but we can put anything we want on here. So we go to ore dictionary and then we just type. You have to type it in a certain way. So if we want iron, we have to type ore, capital I, and then on, and you have to put asterisks, which on my keyboard is Shift and 8. Hit tick, and then that puts it, and then hit save, and then that then saves it. Oh, I accidentally deleted it. Okay, let's just do that again. because if you don't do the capital R, it doesn't find it, so you have to do the capital R, and I'll show you why in a second. Here we go, save. Right, okay, so what we've got down the side here, the radius, so basically you can set this to anything you like, up to 32. I'm not 100% sure how this works. I don't know if it's 32, if it's 16 blocks each way for a radius of 32 by 32, or if it's 32 blocks that way and 32 blocks that way. I think it's 16 blocks either side, if that makes sense. So this is in the middle of a 32 block square. But you can also set the depth. So I'll put it on 2. But if lower than that, I find you start mining up bedrock, which isn't good. And then you can have a maximum height up to anything you want, up to 150 if you want, but I've just got it set on 80 because you don't get many ores spawn much above 80. And then you've got this inverse mode, so basically anything you've got here, so you could put gravel, stone and sand, for example, and in inverse mode, that will look for everything that's not in here. So if we turn this on, it will mine up everything that's not these, if that makes sense. Right, so you can also silk touch, which is here, which is really nice. So let's just take this iron off for a second. So if we start this, right, okay, we're getting silk touch ores, which is really good, but the problem with that is it uses a stupid amount of electric, which you can imagine. And you've got auto pull, so this should be pulling stones from there. You can see it's replacing, and you also get essence ores. So what I tend to do is silk touch things like redstone, essence ores, lapis lazuli and bits and pieces like that. Once I've got them all up, I then stop it, put in things like iron, copper, lead, all the normal ores, and then turn silk touch off, because then it just saves a lot more energy. This should output to this chest. Sometimes it seems to work, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, here we go. Let's just turn auto eject on. Okay, yeah, it's not working. I'm not 100% sure why it doesn't always work, but I do have an iron chest, and as soon as I put this iron chest on, that starts auto ejecting. So I'm not really sure why it does that. I have had it work with a strong box. So what I tend to do is just put an iron chest or something there, and then just run a pipe off to a lockbox. So it'll be sort of a little setup like this, really. There you go. So you kind of get the idea, and then just put a redstone signal on this one, and that'll pull it out. Because I've set myself the challenge of not using tesseracts to transport items. So what I tend to do is, with another portal, just come off of this tesseract. So I teleport myself. I never said I couldn't teleport myself, but I just can't teleport items or liquids. And then I can just come along, pick this up, and then take this back. That's why that other one is full. I'll show you. Well, I got my iron from earlier because I just piped it straight into it, and I can pick the whole chest up. So that's a novel way of getting around my own restrictions. But yeah, this is a quality product, absolutely quality. I actually really want more essence ores at the moment, so we can just program this again. Like I said, don't really need too much redstone at the moment, so here we go. We're just going to leave that running. It works in the nether, which is really nice, because I had it mining up some nether quartz for my A system. But the only problem with it, if we go down, it really sucks the energy. Look at that. So you have to be a bit careful. I mean, we've got 18 engines here. They aren't running anything other than that digital miner, and you'd need probably, I don't know how many to keep up with that, and it's not even running full speed, because I'm sure the power usage goes up with quicker. You know, it's not proportionate. It's not one speed upgrade. You know, obviously it uses power quicker because it's mining more, but I think it uses more power on top of that as well. But so yeah, just keep that in mind. It is a bit thirsty, but it is nice because then we can use this instead of getting 3. We can macerate it or pulverize it and get 8. So you just get more product for your money. So that's a digital miner. It won't be my main quarry, but it is nice to start with, so I can make sure I've got enough of everything. So NiCad very kindly got me loads of crystals. So what I'm thinking about doing is making a base on the moon, right? Have a mine age, which I think NiCad sorted a couple out. So all my trains, we're going to start using steam locomotives soon. They will go to the moon and then be routed to their destination. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this into a station, like a platform. So there might be like 4 platforms here. So each platform will have a liquid and item unloader. So the trains can come in. It'll all have signals. It should be reasonably fully automated. So depending on where I tell the train to go, that will then come out of the holding up to a portal which will take it to the moon, assuming trains work on the moon. I haven't tried that yet actually, so I might have to be just another age, maybe a Twilight Forest or somewhere, and then from there will be a track leading off to 3 or 4 other portals depending on where I need them to go, and then they'll come back down here to offload, and that's kind of what I'm going to be working on next really. I'm going to try and make an oil field biome if I can with Mistcraft, because I want to. What's that? That blooming meteorites is such a pain. Yeah, so I want to make some get some oil refinery going on. Because it's a good source of power, especially if we can get an almost unlimited source. Just keep expanding this really, and that's pretty much it. I just wanted to bring you back up to speed, so next episode we can get straight into probably try and do a bit of signalling down here on the old rail track. I've got to try and work out how I want to do this. I'm not sure. I want to get some tanks. I might put some tanks underneath this lot because I might have another 3 boilers back here. I think I'm going to need a lot of power for what I've got planned. So yeah, I think next episode I want to try and sort out getting this station reasonably working, and then we'll take it from there, I think. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.